Magandang araw muli sa inyong lahat. Welcome sa ating channel. Sa araw na ito ay isa na namang self-evaluation ang ating gagawin dito sa subject na Fundamentals of Martial Arts. Okay, 25 katanungan ang inihanda natin para sukatin ang inyong mga academic preparations pagdating sa subject na ito. Ang mga kasagutan later on ay makikita lamang dito sa ating description box. Kung nakahanda na tayo, start na natin sa question number 1. Marks the beginning of the history of martial arts as modern sports developed out of earlier traditional fighting system. Is it letter A in 19th century, letter B 18th century, letter C mid to late 19th century, or letter D, early 19th century? Let's proceed to question number 2. This is not something planned for and it just happened all of a sudden as things get to A. Street fighting, B. Self-defense, C. Both of them, or letter D. None of them. Question number 3. You will do yourself a great good if you can learn some skills as a way of self-defense in any kind of tricky situation you find yourself. Is it letter A, boxing, B, singing, C, dancing, or letter D, cooking? Question number 4. This should be enough for a person with knowledge in boxing to beat an untrained person. A. Defensive and attacking skills, B. Effective footwork, C. Distance control, or letter D. All of them. Question number 5. Martial arts are broadly grouped into focusing on strikes, grappling, or weapon training. A. True, B. False, C. May be true, or letter D. May be false. Question number 6. Different systems of styles are all designed for one purpose. A. Physically defeating opponents, B. Defending against threats, letter C. Both are correct, or letter D. None of them is correct. Number 7. The good thing is that you have to be an expert before you can use boxing for self-defense. Is it true, letter A, or letter B, false? Number 8. Boxing most definitely is not weak in comparison with other martial arts, but it has a weakness of letter A, not having any grappling, B. No striking, C. No defensive position, or letter D. No attacking strategy. Question number 9. Who produced the gladiatorial combat as a public spectacle? A. The Chinese, B. The Romans, letter C. The Filipinos, or letter D. The Americans. Number 10. Boxing is useful in street fighting and it will train you how to knock your opponent out with a single punch. This is crucial because, letter A, you don't want to score points against the assailant. Letter B, teaches you how to block an attacker. Letter C, mentally prepares you for a fight, or letter D, they can also fight on the ground if required. Number 11. What is the oldest combat sport with origins in hand-to-hand combat? A. Boxing, B. Wrestling, C. MMA, or letter D. Karate. Number 12. Boxing is good for self-defense because it teaches you how to block an attacker and fight them if necessary. Which of the following is not included in boxing? A. Can also fight on the ground. B. Improve fitness. C. Strengthens motor skills. Or letter D. Mentally prepares you for a fight. Number 13. Boxers combine defensive and attacking skills with effective footwork and distance control, and that is what makes boxing effective in straight fight. A. True. B. False. 14. The most important skill useful for boxing in street fight, except letter A. The ability of the boxer to get out of danger by taking out the opponent. Letter B. End the conflict with a single punch. Letter C. Good in multiple opponents. Or letter D. The ability to attack and defense. Number 15. Most of the time, people who attack others in a street fight are usually untrained individuals or drunk who know little or nothing about fighting techniques. Letter A. This will be an advantage for a boxer. Letter B. This will be the disadvantage for a boxer. Letter C. Cannot attack to finish the fight quickly with the punch if possible. Or letter D. All of them. Number 16. A practitioner of martial arts is referred to as letter A. Makeup artist, B. Martial artist, letter C. Protagonist, or letter D. Escape artist. 17. Although the term martial arts has become associated with the fighting arts of Europe, it originally referred to the combat system of East Asia as early as the 1550s. A. True. B. False. C. May be true. Or letter D. May be false. 18. What is referring to peripheral concepts such as distance, timing, and the resulting application of the technique? A. Good body mechanics. B. Good structural alignment. Letter C. Good practical functionality. Or letter D. Good posture. 19. What is referring to all the various systems of training for combat that have been arranged or systematized? A. Conflict. B. Boxing. C. Martial arts. Or letter D. Karate. 20. Martial arts are codified systems and traditions of combat practiced for a number of reasons, except letter A. Self-defense. Letter B. Military and law enforcement applications. Letter C. Competition. Or letter D. Killing enemies. 21. These fundamentals in martial arts must become second nature, which can often only be achieved over a lifetime. One thing is certain, only through constant vigilant practice can our body begin to understand these fundamentals. A. Good body mechanics. B. Good structural alignment. Letter C. Good posture. Or letter D. Good practical functionality. 22. They are intimately linked, and understanding the relationship between the two is paramount. A. Timing and distance. B. Movement and breathing. Letter C. Striking and power. Or letter D. Shouting and attack. 23. What provides the strongest position of the body for a particular technique or a particular target? A. Good body mechanics. B. Good structural alignment. Letter C. Good practical functionality. Or letter D. Good posture. 24. The back being straight from head to hips. A. Fighting position. B. Posture. C. Attack. Or letter D. Escape. 25. In good posture, having a straight back is always mean that it is perpendicular to the floor. A. True. B. False. C. May be true. Or letter D. May be false. Alright, so hanggang dito na lamang ang ating self-evaluation sa araw na ito. Submit your answer using the link na makikita sa ating description box. Okay? And antabayanan nyo ang pag-upload ng mga kasagutan. Okay? So hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat. See you again next meeting.